Hello, my name is Michael Ellenbogen. I am 53 years old and I was diagnosed with Alzheimer's at age 49. I actually had symptoms starting at 39 and it took actually that long before they were able to determine that I had Alzheimer's. One of the problems is doctors do not like to label people so young that they have some debilitating disease like this. I guess I'm not sure why they feel that way, but as a person who has Alzheimer's, I think it's very important that it can be identified fairly quickly to understand why we're having the difficulties like forgetting people's names or spelling and things like that. Uh, you know, Everybody says you're normal, you're still stressed out, but the big problem is we ourselves know that there's something going on. So it's either we're going crazy or basically there's something actually physically wrong with us, which I think is really a problem in today's world that I hear a lot of people don't even want to tell the patients that they have Alzheimer's. So I'm kicking off what I kind of consider the Michael Ellenbogen movement in the next couple weeks. I plan on reaching out to a lot of celebrities out there, a lot of people in power. I'm hoping that we can change, I guess, how people perceive Alzheimer's. Today, that disease is looked upon as people who have, I guess, an older age, 75 on up, maybe even 70 years old up. And sad to say, most people tend to feel that, well, these people have already lived a fairly good life. It's not such a big deal. But the real truth is, there's many young people out there that get Alzheimer's at an early age. In fact, there's one person I heard of not too long ago that was 33 years old. I mean, can you imagine being 33 years old, having your whole life ahead of you, and you find out you have this debilitating disease? Most people only live 2 to 8 years. I'm sorry, 2 to 10 years from the point of diagnosis. That's kind of scary because there's nothing out there today to slow the progression down of Alzheimer's. There's really nothing people can even do. There's so many times I'm confronted by people, I tell them I have Alzheimer's. They says, oh, you're okay, right? You're on the drugs. And that's part of the problem. People think that because they see these commercials on Aricept and Namenda on TV, they feel that somehow those drugs actually help people with Alzheimer's. They really and truly don't. There is nothing out there today that can prevent people from dying, that can prevent people from getting worse. What it really does is your mental capacity tends to go like this if you're on Alzheimer's, on a curve. Well, if you take those drugs, it actually keeps your mental capacity a little bit longer straight line, but then you have a quick sudden decline, almost kind of straight down. Again, I'm not a doctor, but I'm kind of giving you an idea to understand, I guess, what it really does. And it doesn't do that for everybody. It does it for a good majority of folks. I mean, for me, it definitely helped my cognitive skills a little bit when I had taken the drugs. But again, there's many serious side effects from some of these drugs. I mean, I took one of the drugs, I had to call an ambulance. It was so bad just from taking one pill. So it's not for everybody. The other thing I really want to do is I want to try to change the perception out there for people to understand that Alzheimer's can affect young people. And I think it's very important that we focus on that, because the sooner people realize that they can be somebody that it would impact them, I think they're more willing to kind of help and try to make a bigger difference in this world. I've been going out to many government institutions, trying to get Congress and senators and speaking to many people on the Obama team. And the sad part is, while they hear me, I'm kind of the only person out there, or one of the few out there, because most of the people who have Alzheimer's either pass away, they no longer can write, they no longer can talk. So there isn't enough advocates out there for this disease. It's not like cancer or heart disease where there are many survivors. In fact, in the last, I'd say 5-10 years, cancer and heart disease, they've all gone down. They have all gone down as far as deaths. Meanwhile, Alzheimer's has increased 66%. I mean, can you imagine that? 66%. Just think what that's doing to our budget. That, everybody's trying to save on money on healthcare and all. I mean, that's astronomical. Over the next 20, 30 years, I mean, it's going to end up bankrupting our system if we continue down this path. So it's important that I reach out and change that perception and make everybody aware that, number one, Alzheimer's affects young people also. Two, the only solution to Alzheimer's right now is death. And when I say death, it might not be related directly to Alzheimer's, but what happens is Alzheimer's starts shutting down various parts of your brain. And because it shuts down various parts of your brain, you no longer can function and do a lot of things. Like, for example, it might shut down the portion of your brain that controls your swallowing. So you end up choking to death. I mean, what a horrible way to die. I mean, can you imagine that? So this is what we look forward to in life. I don't want to look forward to that. I want to change this world. I want Alzheimer's to end with me. There's no reason that people need to continue to suffer. I honestly feel that if the government and people would put in the resources that we've put in to cancer and to HIV and to other things, we would maybe be able to have some kind of maybe something that at least slow it down in the next 1 or 2 years. But I'm hoping in the next couple of years, if we put those same resources and funds, we would be able to hopefully eliminate Alzheimer's altogether. Can you imagine how great that would be? Not only that, just think of the productive people that are in the workforce today who are young. I mean, I was the manager of a telecommunications for a bank that I worked for. And I mean, I basically could no longer work. I mean, I can't do simple math. I could remember my employees' names. I could no longer remember acronyms. Yet I was very, very big person there at one time. And it's sad because people shouldn't have to go through that. The other problem is just think of the caregivers. And what I mean by the caregivers, the people who have to take care of me, like my wife. She ends up taking off from work. The impact that has financially. I mean, it just goes on and on. So the bottom line is we need to change the perception. And I need your help out there. I need everybody's help out there. We need to be able to send letters to our government officials. We need to send letters to congressmen, to senators, to people on the Obama team, to people at NIH, anywhere that we could influence the change of Alzheimer's. We need to be able to send funding to the Alzheimer's Association. While they do a great job today, I got to tell you, they do a great job, but they don't do a good job for people like me who are young. They like to portray the older people out there. And it's sad because people like us, unfortunately, suffer because of that. Because I think if they would use people like us as a part of their advertisement, I think at that point in time, there would be a lot more people jumping on board and realize how critical it is to help this disease. I had a great idea that I thought would make a great commercial. However, I cannot get the funding for it from the Alzheimer's Association. They don't have the funds to do it. So I encourage you to donate money to the Alzheimer's Association, but stipulate when you do that, that the money needs to be used for my idea. And again, Ellenbogen Movement is what I'm calling this. So please tell them that they need to coordinate this with me in order to provide the proper, I guess, advocacy out there for people like myself. Here's my idea. I hope this makes sense to you. I envision having either an ad on TV or a picture that's going to show 5 people on that picture. One of the people is going to be somebody maybe around 75, 65 years old. And then there's going to be 4 young people somewhere in the age of 35 to maybe 45, maybe 50. And there's going to be like a little caption line that says underneath that says, which one of these people has Alzheimer's? And of course, the first thing everybody's going to think is, oh, that older person in the picture is. However, we're going to have another caption a little bit below that says they all do. Can you imagine the impact that would have out there? I need the support to try to make things like this happen. So again, we have to bombard the Alzheimer's Association with this. We have to get everybody on board. There's many ways people can help. And Uh, some of the ways you can help is, again, by donating funds. I'm looking for celebrities to help me out. I mean, the power that celebrities can bring to this would be just unbelievable. You know, it's sad to say that somebody like me can't make a difference in this world, no matter how hard I try, and I won't give up till the very last day. But just think the power that celebrities have. I mean, I think there was just a basketball, women's basketball player, and I can't think of her name at this moment, but she's getting all this publicity, yet she doesn't even want this publicity. And I mean, if I could team up with people like that, I know we can make a difference in this world. I have many great ideas. I'd like for people to reach out to me to let me know how I can work with them to do something. I will give you my email address, and I look forward to some responses from people to help me out. My email address is author, as in the actual word author. It's AUTHOR, my last name, ELLENB, as in boy, OGEN, at Verizon.net. Again, that's AuthorEllenbogen at Verizon.net. Please reach out to me. Let me know how you can help me so we can work together as a team here. I think the more people we get on this, the goal I'm trying to accomplish here, I plan on sending out a bunch of emails to some very high-level people in the next coming months, and I don't think anybody has ever done what I've done, at least not that I'm aware of. Like I said, I kind of feel like I'm a one-man show right now, but I plan on reaching out to people who are researchers, people who are in the media, people who work for a lot of these companies who do the research for the actual drugs. I'm hoping I can get all these people on board, and hopefully we'll be able to bombard a lot of people at one time and hopefully make a difference out there. Again, I please ask for your help in making this thing possible. The sad thing to say, out of the entire NIH budget, which is I think somewhere like around $31 billion today, only 1.5% of that actually goes to Alzheimer's, believe it or not. 1.5%. The next lowest one, like HIV, I think they actually give 9%. Can you imagine that? 9% to HIV, but we're only getting 1.5% for Alzheimer's. And why is that? Because people like me can't stand up for ourselves because we're dying. We can't speak. We can't write. I mean, I'm fortunate. I almost kind of consider myself, I shouldn't say lucky, but if there was, there isn't a better person out there to try to drive something like this than me. So I kind of think God selected me to try to make this difference and help things along. So I'm reaching out to you now. Please help me any way you can, and hopefully we can all make a difference. Thank you very much for listening to me, and have a wonderful day. And I wish you all the best, and that nobody is ever in your family, I guess, hit with this disease here. Thanks, and have a great day now. Bye.